Not exactly sure how long this is going to be. This was supposed to be a video about Damian Priest. Talking about Damian Priest's title reign, about how I think a lot of people are underrating it, the scenarios that could happen at Clash of the Castle, yada yada yada. And I didn't feel confident enough to make a full video about it, so I wasn't going to make a video. But now it's 3 in the morning. I'm not sleeping. And I want to wear myself out. And got a lot of stuff on my chest. So I might just title this airing airing things out, mask off, maybe something like that. Throwback to old Chris Ray gun with the glasses off thing. I'm tired, and I hate to get real personal, especially on a channel that doesn't get any traction. So it's not like anybody's going to watch this, but if you do watch this, I hope you can get, I don't know, some form of comfort, relatability in this with me just talking about my problems. And I'm going to look at the camera. I'll try to do better at that. I know my Cody video, I wasn't looking at the camera. I'll try to look at the camera now. I'm tired. I'm tired. And it's that kind of tired that has me feeling weird. I've been depressed in my life. I've been really depressed. And enough to the point where there was a couple times where I really thought about checking out early. I really thought about it. A couple times where I would spend weeks on end laying around waiting for something to happen to where I could just go. I could just leave. And I've survived that. I've gotten past it and experienced months and months of, well, not months and months, but a couple months where I don't really feel like that. I don't feel great. I don't feel over the moon happy about where I am and who I am, but I feel good. I feel better. But recently, over the past couple weeks, it's hard to look at the camera. It's hard to look at the camera for a while, being that there is a massive ring light surrounding it, and I have another light right there. Hopefully this doesn't kill my eyes, but, it probably will. But this tiredness that I've felt every morning that I wake up, every morning, I don't want to do anything. And it's not that joking, like, oh, it's the morning and I gotta get out of bed yet. It's legitimately laying in bed, not wanting to try. Having to pull every ounce of energy that I have and that I don't have to just move, to just get out of bed. And even when I'm doing my first routine of waking up in the morning and taking care of what I need to take care of, my mind is just filled with, why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? Why am I wasting my time? And I don't know where it comes from. I don't know where it comes from. It might come from being bored with my daily routine. The same thing over and over and over again with the same problems just over the horizon. Maybe being sick of that. Because I am really sick of it. I'm really sick of being scared of the same thing. I'm sick of worrying about the same things and others. I just said the same thing. I'm really, really tired of it. And it never truly goes away. I know that. And that's the problem. That's the problem. It never goes away. And this, I'm going to try to have a little light at the end of the tunnel with all the depressing shit I'm about to say. But about to say that I have said. But it's hard, man. It's really hard. If I could look at myself 10 years ago, I don't know. Just, it's wild how hard it is just to get out of bed. It's wild how hard it is, how much energy it takes to exist. To exist. Maybe it's because I don't like the situation I'm in. I'm not real happy with myself. I don't know. I'm just tired, man. I'm just really tired. In those moments, I try to think of this. I try to think of Red Light Homies. Go watch it. Go follow it. Podcast I do with my boy Z. We just recorded a video today that I slept through the starting time, so we had to record it real late, but go watch that. I try to think about that. I try to think about this. I try to think of what's in my future, who I'm going to be, what I want to be. But there's that part of me that just sees it and just thinks, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work for what? That's such a dangerous statement to repeat in your head. For what? What is it for? Because, you know, that whole nihilistic, everybody's going to end up in the dirt anyway. And I guess it's from my past. Didn't really like myself. I haven't liked myself in a while. Like the last time I really enjoyed who I am. Enjoyed the person that I am. Was maybe 6th grade? Maybe. It's been a long time. I'm 23 years old now, and that would have been when I was 12 or 13. Yeah, because I entered high school. I graduated high school when I was 17, just because my birthday's in the summer. So 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, so 11 years old. And back then, I mean, you were just a kid. My interests were the Bible and Phineas and Ferb and football. And that was it. That's who I was. That's the three things. There was no complex anything. There wasn't thought about who I was or what I'm doing. And sometimes I wish I could just go back. Just go back to that mindset. Not worried about who I am or what I'm doing. That's a normal thing, right? We all experience that. I'm fucking with a popsicle stick. We all experience that. We all go through wanting to just be our child selves again. But it hits really, really hard for me when I wasted so much. I wasted so much time. I made so many mistakes. And I was just a bad person who didn't care about himself. And I've gotten better, but it's still not great. It's still not great. But I'm trying to try. That's what my wife says. It's one of my sayings that my wife really enjoys. Both sarcastically and non-sarcastically. Just me saying that I'm trying to try. So that's really the best you can do, right? You can try to try. Today I just let it take over. I slept all day. Didn't do much. Did some dishes. Recorded the podcast much later than I wanted. And now, of course, recording this video. But most of the day was spent sleeping. Just because I couldn't find myself to do anything. You know. What am I going to do about it? I talked slowly and I talked about these issues that I'm having and how tired I am. And that's weird, and this is the last thing I'm going to say before I end this little 10-minute yap session. I'm 23 years old now, right? Yeah, 23 years old. I turned 23 a couple days ago. And I guess it's weird to hear a 23-year-old talk about how tired they are. But when you put yourself through as much hell as I put myself through, I don't know. I guess it only makes sense in my head. I'm not about to sit up here and act like I've had the worst life, worst life in the world. My upbringing definitely wasn't normal. Definitely wasn't great. But to sit here and act like, A, there isn't people who've had a lot worse bringing up, and B, that there wasn't portions of it that were great would just be inconsiderate, disingenuous of me. But when I've had the upbringing I had, when I treat myself the way I treat myself, I think I can sit up here and just talk about how tired I am. And it's fully my fault. But I don't want to end this on a dark note. This is a airing out session, but what am I going to do about it? Am I going to sit here? Am I going to lay in bed and just wait until I die? Or am I going to do something? I'd prefer to do something. I'd prefer to find that energy every day. And I have to look at, I do end up getting up. It takes a lot. But I end up getting up. I end up walking and doing things throughout the day. I got to focus on this because this is what makes me happy. Making content, talking about stuff I like to talk about, doing the podcast with one of my best friends. Again, Red Light Homies, YouTube, Amazon, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, all that. Go listen to it. Just focus on that. And focus on the little things. Because me saying I'm 23 years old, I'm already so tired. I do also have to remember that I'm 23 years old, just getting into adult life. I shouldn't talk like I'm already 40 years old and there's absolutely no hope to turn my life around or be whoever I want to be. 23 years old, world at my hands. Just got to go grab it. That's what I want to leave y'all off on. No matter really how old you are, world's at your fingertips. There's no limit. There's no cap on the age you could change or the age you can start doing what you want to do. Just remember that. And I'll try to remember it as well. I'm sorry for the little yap session. I wanted a video out today, and I kind of wanted this to be a variety channel. So, yeah. I hope this message, I don't know, y'all found some relation in this message, or you just listen to someone bitch. Go listen to my podcast. Subscribe if you want. Y'all have a good weekend.